Hey. Oh, wait. My mic's like really far away. Hi. Anyone? Everyone? I don't know. It's your girl Punky Brewster, and that's my intro because I can't be bothered to come up with anything better. And Takeerah may have fallen asleep. She may have just fallen asleep. Cause you know what? It's late. It's 11:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's late to be up to do a live. The episode is out. Sure is. Show is. So this was episode 3 of season 2 of NBC's hit television series Found, entitled Missing While Lonely. It was written by Cameron Johnson, a name that may sound familiar because this is also the writer of episode 3 in season 1, Missing While Widowed, and episode 9 of season 1, Missing While Scamming. The director was Michael Schultz. Michael Schultz did direct an episode in season 1. It was episode 11, Missing While Interracial. Hi, Maxine. Hello. I thought you guys do this like tomorrow or something. Okay, yeah. So normally, yes, Jermaine, totally correct. And in fact, we were late last week, and I even was like, "We'll never do this at a different time. We're always going to do it at 7 p.m. on Friday evenings." I'm a liar. I have a wedding to go to this weekend. Thus the nails trying to do things right. Anyway, one of my best friends, her name is Kiki. If you have ever been to a convention that I have been at working for Squawking Dead, the podcast that I'm a part of, most likely Kiki was with me. She usually attends conventions with me. She typically works volunteer work during conventions, so she is usually a celebrity handler. She's gotten to work with wow, I'm not okay. Paula Lazaro, from The Walking Dead. She plays Princess on The Walking Dead, or she played Princess on The Walking Dead. Um, anyway, so Kiki's getting married this weekend. So I will be gone. My husband and I, we have our wedding anniversary is this weekend, actually, weirdly enough. Um, and Kiki is getting married to her longtime boyfriend, TJ, and we're very excited. We're going to go celebrate them. But it involves us traveling. So we are traveling out of state tomorrow. So I'm off work. We dropped our dog off at a friend's house already. Like, I haven't packed. I've done my nails. I have not packed. I've done my nails, gotten glue all over the outside, and then also proceeded to already knock one off. So we're on a roll. Got my dress in yesterday, and thank God it fits because I didn't know what I was going to wear otherwise. So I still have to pack. It is late. We are trying to leave in the morning. Takeerah now works like 12-hour shifts. And so anyway, this got rescheduled because of me. So that's why. And Takeerah was like, "Yes, I will stay up to do this." But she stopped retweeting. Thank you, Jermaine. She stopped retweeting about halfway through the episode. So I think that she may have fallen asleep. Um, if she pops on in the next 5 minutes, great. If not, no big deal. It's okay. We will just roll on through. So, yeah, anyway, tonight's episode. So as you know, Found now airs on Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, and this episode was superb, I think. Extremely anxiety riddled. Um, I think everybody who was watching was feeling some type of way because it was tough. It was tough. Lot going on. And I'm so sorry, you guys. I lost my voice earlier this week, so I'm like really straining to talk right now. This will be a quick episode, especially if Takeerah's not going to be here. So we'll go ahead and jump right in and get rolling on this whole thing. So, Missing While Lonely. Already talked about the writer and the director. You can see our season 1 episode recaps if you want more information about, like, Michael Schultz, for instance. I went into, like, his film credentials because he's got quite a few. Um, and Jermaine says, I didn't watch the episode, so I'm going to get out of here. Wanted to say, hey, hope you guys are doing well. Thank you, Jermaine. Thank you for stopping by. Please watch the episodes because we would love for you to be with us live. It's fun when you can join in. But thanks for being here and saying hi. I appreciate it. Yeah, so if you want to know more about Michael Schultz, just go ahead and watch our episode coverage of episode 11 of season 1, Missing While Interracial. Okay, so let's get started here. All right, so we've got a missing widow and her trifling ass son and their ridiculous lawyer who's like overly involved for a lawyer. Supposed friend, her scandalous inmate of a husband who is also like super shady, but you know, Love During Lockup is a show for a reason. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's some really good looking men in prison and their bar is set lower because they're in prison. So, you know, had I not met my husband, maybe that's the route I would have gone. Maxine says the son was acting was so off. Oh my god. I thought for sure the son had done it. Eric was his name. He was crazy. But the yelling at the lawyer, like saying, "You're not my lawyer, bro," that did get me. It was pretty funny. Um okay, so there's a Maxine says, I genuinely thought the son was guilty because his acting was so stilted. And it's like, oh no, that's just him. Yeah, he's just like a broski, right? Like he had like bro energy hard. Um and now he's gonna take his mama down to the prison to see her fiance. It's beautiful. A happy ending to the story. It was pretty ridiculous. Um so yeah, so missing widow. Anyway, long story short, honestly, there's not a lot about that happened, and I really wanna get into the other stuff that happened. This story was fine, but it was just like a vehicle to deliver the information we really wanted. So anyway, the lawyer's the shady dude. And he and a psychologist, which had me rolling because all I was thinking about was the fact that Don ended up dating his therapist, which is like something we talked about all of season 1 and how shady and messed up that is. And here we are, just another shady psychologist. Anyway, um, so yeah, she's found and she's fine. And she goes to prison to see her fiance with her son. This is the first time that we've had someone found that they didn't do the cheers to at the end of the episode because we were somewhere else at the end of the episode. Maxine says that case was so ridiculous. So, like, such a nothing case for real. There was like such little detail to it. There's not even anything to talk about other than the son was super sketchy and it was funny. So let's get into the meat of it, right? So Gabi is obviously still on the rocks with everyone in the office. Trent is still angry with her because she lied. Same thing with Margaret is feeling especially vicious towards her. I think Zeke is starting to like warm back up. And obviously Don helped her kidnap Sir, so he's like fine with everything that's going on. Lacey is still with Sir, although last we saw her head had been nailed up against a counter, and we come to find out that she is pretty much like in and out of consciousness the entirety of this episode, with the exception of the very end. So okay, so there's a lot of weird like back and forth stuff in this episode. Again, we're still getting more of those flashbacks. So we get a flashback back to baby Lacey slash Bella having like friends over for like a little birthday sitch. And she's got a friend that I can't remember the name of. But anyway, he finds a knife under her bed and the party is swiftly over. And her mother is like, he could have hurt himself, like Derek or something was his name. And it's like, okay, yeah, fair, but like he's dumb because he just like took a knife and just randomly stabbing at a baseboard. Like, is he like a little psychopath? Is he okay? And then two, your daughter was literally kidnapped and you're mad that she's hiding weapons. I don't even know what to say to that. Of course she's hiding weapons. She's terrified. We come to find out, and we knew this from last week's episode, that Sir is definitely actually still actively engaged in following, excuse me, Gabi and Bella, but specifically Bella, which is weird. I'm not really sure. His focus is really on Bella right now. Anyway, he keeps breaking into their house, so that's like so fun, so cute, hiding in the closet, like a total nut job. Um, he comes in at night, does the old tape over the door trick. We all know that one. And ends up doing something so weird, which is circling Gabrielle's name in a word search, and it's like it's like an L. Like it was like a Z. It looked like a Tetris piece. Like down 3, over 2, down another 3. Because obviously the word search does not have the name Gabrielle in it. He just saw it with his creepy eyes and had to circle it. And Bella wakes up and sees him. And exactly, Maxine, your kid has a knife under her bed, and you're just like, Bella, how dare you have traumatized behaviors? Are you for real? Are you for real? It's like, obviously, she was literally kidnapped. Like, you just expect her to come back and be like, oh, it's fine, mother. I was traumatized severely, but it's fine. I'll just be normal now again. No. I get she's not hiding under her bed anymore every night, but like she probably still wants to. She like bullied her out of it. Um yeah, so Sir ends up in the house. She has every right to have a knife as far as I'm concerned, even though she's a child. Um Gabi is over there for this like party with this weird psychotic kid who's stabbing a baseboard, and essentially she comforts Bella again because that's really what these flashbacks have been about, is like kind of their relationship growing, because at the time of the kidnapping, they're together for less than a day. So, for us to see the less than a day relationship and then into now years later where they're like working together and they're really close, and like, how did we get there? Right. So that's what all of this is for, is to show us like how that relationship grew over time. Um, I know the focus of Sir on Bella is to kind of sell this point that he is looking to kind of get her out of the way, which has been like something that he said he would do for years. If she's like the wedge in between Gabi and him. Um it's interesting to have seen, like, so at the beginning of the episode, we get that scene where Sir is suddenly in the back of Christian's car because he's a creep. And we don't see much else out of Christian in this episode. Okay. So we get 2 scenes with Christian. We get the scene in the car, and then we get a scene in which Christian goes and talks to Gabi and M&A to say, and Trent, to say that, hey, He was in the back of my car. And they're like, okay, cool. And he's like, well, it's fine though. He's not a murderer. He may be a psychopath who kidnaps people, children, but he's not a murderer. And he's like not really that bad of a guy. Um, and then he is informed that their mother, although she did die in a fire, she was stabbed several times, and the fire was actually caused by Sir, as far as we know, to cover up the murder. Now, our assumption is that Hugh did the killing. I don't know that that's the case. We don't know yet. And Takeerah and I did speculate on that earlier in season 1. Maxine says, I think Christian is way off. He's so suspicious. You're the one who said tonight that you thought that Christian is the one who murdered their mom and like Sir started the fire to cover it up for him. Love that theory. Love that theory. Something is super off about it. The fact that he like is like no and he like leaves. I don't know, dude. Something's off. Something is off. I'm waiting because this is like too obvious. It's like too red herring. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be like a twist. I don't know. M. Night Shyamalan didn't write this, but we've had a lot of twists so far in the story writing, so it wouldn't surprise me. I okay. So like with Christian, right? Christian tells Sir like why do I keep calling him Sir? Tells Hugh you're better than this. Like just leave these people alone, let them go. They don't want to be with you, let them go. That obviously gets under Sir's skin because at the end of the episode when Gabi shows up, he says like you have to choose this, Gabi. If you're going to like have me take you willingly so that I will let Lacey go, you have to agree. You have to choose this willingly. That is jacked. You, sir, are legitimately insane. But also, Gabi, why are you yelling no when Lacey goes to stab him? Like a little too quickly, in my opinion. And I know that she's like, no, you'll turn into me. You'll become me. She was literally kidnapped by him again. He's tried to kill her several times. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think she'll be fine. Like, she'll have to get a therapist, but like, she'll be all right. Okay? She could have just done it. Like, but no, you stopped her, and now it's not over. Because he's Michael Myers, and so even though he was stabbed in the back, he's going to be around again. Maxine says, because killing isn't Hugh's MO, he's never killed anyone, only threatened to. As far as we know. As far as we know. We still don't know what happened to the girl from the cabin, if I am correct. We're going like all the way back to season 1, and I haven't watched it since then. But I feel like we still don't know what happened to the girl in the cabin. Annie was her name, maybe? I think. So just interesting that Christian was able to kind of like prod him in that way. I kind of stand by my whole like Christian's trying to like weasel his way in thing. I'm going to stand by that theory still. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. As far as the other characters, we got like no story movement on them, with the exception of Margaret did get her Margaret vision back, but only when Gabi's not around. It's because Gabi pisses her off so much that she's like blinded by hatred when Gabi is around. Oh, yeah, that's right, Maxine. Thank you. That's right. They said that Annie died in a car accident as an adult. That's right. So, yeah, so he hasn't killed anyone. The only person that we know that's dead is his mother. But there's also the neighbor woman. And we don't really know, like, the nice lady who's, like the black woman who's, like, really nice to Hugh. So we don't know if there was like something that happened between her and the mother, because the mother was like really mean to that woman, like super mean to her unwarrantedly. So we don't know. And like, she's like beating on her kids and stuff. So we don't really know what happened there. Could have been Christian. Full out could have been Christian. Could have been somebody else. So we don't really know. He was a creep, but I guess he's not that bad of a creep. Allegedly. Um, yeah, so Margaret got her Margaret vision back, but only when Gabby's not around. Although I will say she did look genuinely upset when they get to Gabby's house and they see the note saying that she is going to go save Lacey herself because that's like the only way. She does look upset about that. Prior to that, Zeke kind of softened and was just creepily listening to everything that was being said. Um and so he um he is kind of softened and like helped Gabby a little bit. So Don's, always been on board. Zeke, I think maybe is a little more on board now. I think Margaret will be on board now, or at least a little more willing to forgive. Um Trent just looked heartbroken, really, is all I gathered from that. So Trent is with Gabby when she receives phone calls from Lacey's phone, which is obviously Sir. They cannot track the call because Gabby says that Zeke had all of their phones blocked from tracing, which I guess I get, but is like at the minimum very shady. Um, and it while it's okay because of course Sir's gonna bring up heavy boots again because he's not happy about that. When he brings that up, Gabby does have to say, like, he doesn't mean anything to me. He's just a means to an end. And although we both know that she's just saying that because Sir is on the phone and she's trying to like get him to slip up, um, it is, you can see like the sadness on Trent's face. So there's still love there. He's pissed. Do not get me wrong. He's super pissed. But there is still love there, so I don't know how that's gonna go. I This episode was so good, but so much happened in terms of like the movement of like Lacey's story that I almost feel like I need to go back and watch it before I can like really evaluate what happened. But it was good. It was really, really, really good. This may have been the best episode of the season so far. Maybe. Um Maxine says it's very odd that people who have either been kidnapped or know someone who has or who was kidnapped don't have methods of being tracked. Right. Right? Like, you guys don't have Find My iPhone on? I'm worried for you. I'm worried for you. I get, like, not wanting Sir to be able to track you. But you don't have, like, any, like, secret way. I don't know. I guess that just goes to show how little I know about technology. Because I'm like, there just, like, is some way that you could, like, encrypt that? Maybe there's not. But yeah, that's weird. Because if you go missing, then who knows where you are? Oh, I guess because they're professional finders. Then it's fine, I guess. We'll just use all our resources to find you again instead of just turning on a tracker on your phone. Um I'm excited actually for the season to continue. So this does mean that the story arc with Lacey being gone is now wrapped up. But we have the fact that Sir was stabbed in the back. Obviously, I did glance at the TV when the preview for the next episode was playing, and clearly Sir is in it, but I'm not sure how that's going to go or what's going to happen. Um, Obviously he's not dead because he's Michael Myers, basically. Um, So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be good. Christian's got a big part to play, I think, in this season. I don't know. Something ain't right with that. Something ain't right with him. Something's off. So it's too obvious. It's too obvious and like he's like too nice. I'm worried about it. I'm very worried about it. Um, I don't really have anything else to say about this episode, mainly because I am running on such little energy right now. Janessa said she must not have done much damage because she was so weak. Oh, yeah, that's fair. I mean, our man had like literally a screwdriver hole in his back last week, and it wasn't even a big deal. So, yeah, Maxine, this is the second time he's gotten injured in his back, literally. Like she just keeps stabbing him in the back every opportunity. Keep going, girl. Don't stop. Shouldn't have listened to Gabi. Gabi didn't know what she was talking about. Bless me. Excuse me. Um, yeah, so I I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Maxine says also Hugh and Christian have a half sister that was mentioned earlier in the season. I feel like she might come up again. I hope so. I'm really interested to know what happened when they were kids. Something's off about this story with the fire. I don't know. We said that in the first season. I'm waiting. Janessa says, and now there's no one to help stitch him up. Maybe his brother will. I don't know. He's a resourceful man. The whole thing with the like maybe he was finding somebody else to kidnap thing is a little weird too. I don't know. I don't know. My brain is so tired. I'm so sorry, everybody. I've been up since 6 a.m. and I'm just exhausted, but and still recovering from this horrific cold. But I have to say, loved this episode. I really, really, really hope that we continue with these like just these are high energy episodes. These are very high energy episodes. Janessa says, I don't trust Christian. I haven't from the jump. Neither does Maxine, and neither do I. All I'm saying is keep your eyes on Christian. You know? Something's off with this guy. All right. Let's talk next week. Next week's episode is entitled Missing While Perfect. It's directed by Kevin Berlandy or Berlandy. He is a new to us director. And the episode is written by Sine Hoffman, who wrote episode 8 of season 1 entitled Missing While Homeless. That was a good episode. And episode 12, Missing While Eccentric of season 1. So we have seen their work before, and I am excited to see how this episode goes next week. Janessa says this episode was great. Watching Sir spiral like that was wild. Homie is unglued for real. He is completely, what did we say last week? He's completely non-hinged. We're one step past unhinged. He's non-hinged. Anyway, thanks for being here, you guys. I'm sorry Takeerah couldn't make it. Poor sleepy baby. she's sleeping for sure. Janessa said also Brett posted a clip earlier today that seems to be from next week's episode. You dastardly dog. Okay. Okay. I'm excited about that. I'll have to go take a peek. No, I don't want to. I don't want to spoil myself. Okay. Oh my god. Conan clutch with his last minute comment. Is it Durja or Durga? I don't want to say it wrong. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. Can we discuss Gabby's 8-year-old kid handwriting? Stop. Stop. I love you. I love you. That's incredible. That's incredible. You know what? The kids just ain't right in the show. Ain't right in the show. Stabbing at a baseboard with a knife, a, f- a full teenager writing like an 8-year-old. I don't know what to tell you. Janessa said I assumed it was going to be from tonight, but it never showed. Bill Kelly retweeted on Twitter. Okay, I'll have to go look at Bill Kelly. Bill Kelly ended up following me last week. So sweet. Love that man. And I'm like sad because we haven't seen grumpy police captain in quite some time, but I'm looking forward to I'd really like to get back more into Trent's story. Because this woman ripped out your heart, stomped on it, then proceeded to like take a dump on it and light it on fire. So I might as well have written it in crayon. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so here's the deal. Next week, Friday. Ooh, I am a bold-faced liar. Just a flat out liar. Y'all. Shit. I think I'm gonna have to do Thursday night again next week. Y'all, I may be by myself again. Sweepy baby might be asleep again next week. I don't know what her work schedule is like next week. But Friday night next week, I have Zombie Palooza, which is like a short film festival, like zombie short film festival in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. So I will be at that Friday night next week. Totally forgot. It's getting close to Halloween, and this is like my season, spooky season. So probably another late night coverage of next week's episode, but I'll try to be not as tired, and hopefully I won't be sick anymore. So, I mean, I'll still be tired because I'm old, but anyway, so with that being said, now that I have that sudden realization, I am so sorry that I'm like, it's a Friday every week, and it's never on Friday because I'm an a-hole, just like a huge b-hole. So I don't know why I wanted to go further into that like b-hole thing. Anyway, so let's plan on like give me a minute because I usually like have to go pee before I start, but like maybe like 11:05 EST next week Thursday. Again, so sorry guys. Following week should be on Friday, but this next week will be Thursday evening again. Anyway, immediately following the episode, go ahead and click the subscribe button on my videos and alert notifications if you're interested in when I go live, especially because my schedule is all over the place and I keep just like dipping out of my agreed upon scheduling. So sorry about that. But I'm really looking forward to it. Again, NBC's Found airs every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And next week episode is entitled Missing While Something Perfect. Missing While Perfect. I'm looking forward to it. And I look forward to seeing you guys again next week, super late, for this. Like, it's almost like we're having a slumber party. Not really. Although I am in my pajamas. This is not pajamas. This is what I wore to work today. But I'm wearing pajama shorts, even though it's freezing. So, get in your PJs and just cuddle up and we'll talk about the episode. Who am I? I don't know what's happening. Okay, I need to go to bed, obviously. I love you guys. Thank you for being flexible with all the craziness in my schedule. And I love y'all. Thank you for being here. Love you so much.